Will the ring of fire erupt all at once, unleashing an earth-changing event? Yes, this is the secret of the heart. Everything moves in cycles. Worlds rise, unfold, collapse, and bloom again. What appears to be an ending is only a turning, a spiral pulling us back toward its origin. We are not moving forward or backward. We are circling inward, back toward Eden, back into the eternal now, the home we feel in our hearts but cannot yet find in the world. A primordial harmony we once knew and then forgot. Yet before Eden is restored, we must pass once more through Genesis. Genesis as the genes of Isis, the place of beginnings, the place of unraveling, where the old dissolves so the new may assemble. A purification through fire restoring the original genes of life on earth, the genes of Isis, also known as the genes of Sirius. It began at year zero. In the heart of Africa, the cradle of humanity after the last ice age, long before the ancient Egyptians, Sirius, the second sun in the twin system of creation, became the goddess Isis, mother, magician, healer, and bringer of rebirth. The genes of Isis or Genesis began at year zero, the moment the two stars entered their return toward reunion. This awakening has intensified since 2001, when morning broke in a larger context. Year zero is remembered as the year of Jesus Christ, first known as Horus, son of the Virgin Isis and Osiris. Because all things move in cycles, the sun, Horus, becomes the progenitor of our greater collective body, Osiris, the Father, God. The Son is the truth, the way, and the life, and no one comes to the Father, to God, except through the Son, through our third eye, the eye of Horus. From the birth of the morning sun, Horus, at year zero, Isis resurrects our collective body. This restoration of our collective celestial body through the Son, Horus, later known as Jesus Christ, is the living genetical pathway back to our unified, greater living body, Osiris, to the eternal now and to paradise on earth. As Sirius draws nearer within the binary system of Earth's becoming, it stirs the deep blueprint of life itself. The second sun awakens memory. The building blocks, codes, patterns, DNA begin to shift and transform. What lay dormant vibrates again. What was fixed begins to move. Life prepares itself for a new molecular expression, the greater, loving body of Osiris and Isis in paradise on Earth. As Earth warms, volcanic and seismic forces intensify. Pressure accumulates along ancient fault lines where tectonic plates have rested in uneasy balance for millennia. Ice, long locked in Antarctica, releases its fresh water, lightening the poles and redistributing mass across the planet. Atmospheric pressures rise. The crust responds. Elements buried deep within the mantle and lower crust are drawn upward through fractures, vents, and weaknesses long sealed, into soil, into water, into the food we consume. Magma ascends not as isolated violence, but as a coordinated planetary response. Fire migrates, stone liquefies, new pathways open. These elements alter expression at the atomic level, awakening the genes of Isis in all living things. Genesis, as described in the first chapter of the Bible, the original spark of creation, when form emerged from formlessness, when the earth first spoke itself into being. In this vision, the ring of fire does not awaken in fragments. It awakens all at once, escalating toward a global event, one that first reveals itself within the ring of fire and carries life on Earth beyond the threshold of a new Genesis. Earth has been aligning toward this moment for millennia, and in 2001, as morning broke within this binary cycle, humanity crossed into a new age. This new age corresponds with Mars, the first month of spring in the smaller year, or 6 a.m. on a single day, aligned with the greater day of 24,000 years, when the sun, or suns, rise over the horizon and a new day begins. The face of the planet shifts, not randomly, but decisively. It is happening all at once, And it is the same story everywhere. Volcanoes begin to wake, not only along the Ring of Fire but across the globe. Seismic activity has been unfolding continuously worldwide since 2001, and the magnetic North Pole is now moving toward geographic alignment at 5 times the rate observed prior to 2001. What remained calm for 24,000 years begins to awaken, slowly, then accelerating, then suddenly, all at once, right here, right now. As Earth alters its form and composition, life moves with it. All things are bound together. Lava rises and recedes. Ash settles into soil. Beneath the crust, magma continues its quiet ascent, while flames, tremors, and rising pressures gather into a single, continuous rhythm, the natural adjustment and revival of a breathing world. Volcanic arcs ignite one after another, yet all at once. Magma chambers swell, pressurize, overfill, and finally breach. Fissures tear open continents and seafloors alike. Beneath the oceans, earthquakes ripple through the deep. Underwater volcanoes erupt, displacing entire bodies of water as the seafloor heaves and fractures. Walls of water rise and surge outward, massive tsunamis born of sudden release, reshaping coastlines in their wake, washing away the old so the new can begin. Ash columns climb and spread, darkening the skies as new land pushes upward where none existed before. Mountains are lowered, basins are lifted. Islands vanish beneath the waves while others are born in flame. Cities are eaten by the earth. This is not chaos but adjustment, a natural rebalancing in which the planet cleanses itself. Nature washes away what is no longer aligned, making space for what endures. Creation, what resonates with the divine order of life itself. A single, immense exhale of the planet's long-held breath, fire, water, and stone released in concert, not as destruction alone, but as reconfiguration, a purification of life itself, allowing life on Earth to return to its original genes. A moment when every buried force surges to the surface, when everything long suppressed demands to be seen, and what is not aligned with the greater good falls away. When the planet reflects the collective turning of the age, cycles do not whisper, they crescendo. This is not destruction for its own sake. It is the clearing of the path, Genesis reshaping Earth so Eden can return. And when the fires settle, when the dust drifts back to the ground, what remains is not ruin, but readiness. The cycle completes. We become what we once were, yet wiser. Creatures of light shaped by shadow, tempered by passage, remembering through flame. Returning home, slowly and inevitably, through the long, luminous fires of transformation.